welcome back. Today's November 21st, 2019. This reading is going to be for the Jupiter conjunct the galactic center. Why? Because that happens once every 12 years. It's a major download and sort of upgrade for any planet that touches it. Right now, Jupiter is there, but Venus is also not far off. She's at 24 Sag. So anytime any planet goes past that point, it's kind of like they get, they get more downloaded, like a software upgrade, right? So these messages, now Mercury has gone direct. Mars is in Scorpio now, and that is a very focused energy. Very, very focused. Mars doesn't mind Pluto at all. He gets it. They're both sort of warmongers. But the difference between Mars and Pluto is Mars is like, let's burn down the village, and Pluto's like, let's burn down the village and then poison their soil so they never forget that we destroyed them, right? He's always like taking things to that next level, like a crazy level. So we could be very intense for the next few weeks. Now, this reading is going to be timeless. So this isn't for any specific period. I'm going to ask what the universe wants us to know through this Jupiter galactic center conjunction. Now, Jupiter moves into Capricorn on December 3rd. So we don't have much more time of Jupiter and Sagittarius. And that transit is kind of like university, right? Like going to college. And there's a little bit of fun, but there's also a little bit of education and sort of figuring out what's next? What's a big picture? What do I think I want to do with my life? Knowing that there is no one answer that will cover the entire span of your lifetime. But the energy when Jupiter goes into Capricorn is going to shift quite, not dramatically, but you'll feel it. Because Capricorn Jupiter and Saturn obviously don't like each other. They're father and son. Saturn tried to have Jupiter killed because he was destined to be the king of the Titans. And Saturn didn't like that. So this is kind of like I don't know if any of you watch Succession, like the mean old father and the son who was the heir, who was actually the head of the company, coming back to present his plan of what the next chapter of his life looks like. So that's going to kind of be the Jupiter in Capricorn vibe. And so I feel like when December rolls around, especially with the Mars and Pluto, we can be serious, like a little bit serious. So we'll have to remember to kind of keep some of that lighthearted energy. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get to the reading. So I was told to bring all of my brightest crystals out, and I brought all of my brightest decks out. I've put away the Zen one from Osho because it's a little bit harsh. So it's really about being brighter, right? Being able to reflect more light, having cleared out the darkness inside, see that the flecks on the inside make that reflect light better. Cleaning out the dark pieces so that we reflect lights, because we too are going through an energetic upgrade. And then at the end, I'm going to use a new deck. Spoiler, it's my deck. I actually have been working on this for 2 years, and I finally got them delivered last night. So we'll be taking a look at those for the end. But let's get started here. So for Aries, please, what does the universe want us to know? What is this Jupiter galactic center? What information, what's the download from the Jupiter galactic center conjunction? What should Aries know? Quest. Okay, so that's what I said, that the path is sort of rising up to meet you. Now, you've always been on the path because your life is, everything is there to get you to where you're going. What is yours will never be withheld from you. You may have detours and you may have misadventures, but those are all lessons that are part of the path, right? There is no such thing as, you have to consider it like sort of trekking through a jungle. There is no paved road. You have to pave it yourself. And so there's those kind of like also moving from one energy to another. And moving forward to realize that actually for those of you who are seeking, like, is it this or is it that? It's actually this, you're on it already. It's possible that it just needed a little bit more light of day to be visible to you, you know, like maybe it was shrouded in nighttime before. And with some of the cleaning out of that dark energy, of the shadow energy that we've been experiencing, things start to obtain more light and become clearer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So yeah, so I feel like there's going to be some good downloads coming. Pay attention to them. I've noticed that watch your thoughts. As soon as I think about something, it pops up, you know. Even I was thinking the other day, God, it's so weird that my narc ex-boyfriend didn't pop up during the retrograde. And I kid you not, 2 hours after I thought that, he rang. So, so watch your thoughts. Okay, can I have, what does the universe want Aries to know in this Jupiter galactic center conjunction? What does the universe want Aries to know? Okay. Interesting, 2 cards. So we have, the first is the meaningful sacrifice, Ascended Master Jesus and Rosafia. Okay, so that's quite interesting because it talks about having to give up something, right, in order to achieve something else. And then this one is Goddess Saraswati, an Ammonite, from word to world. And I'll read these, and you see how this one sort of encompasses, there's that the endless pattern of the Nautilus, and all of the colors in the rainbow are represented here. This is a 4 and this is a 5. So let's get one more card. I will read both of these. I just want to see how they all sort of work together. Can I have, what does the universe want Aries to know during this Jupiter galactic center conjunction? What does the universe want Aries to know? Okay. Divine alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Okay. And now that should be much easier now that Mars is in Scorpio, because we were in Libra before, can get all like, I don't know, but it's in that phase of like, do I want this? Do I want that? Do I want this? Do I want that? Now that Mars is in Scorpio, you're going to be very like, zoom, laser. So let's get 3 more cards here. Can I get 3 more cards for Aries? What does the universe want us to know? What messages does the universe want us to know? Okay. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so that's work. Working on building this fine symphony. Working on carving also, you know, sort of like out of the tree, out of the wood comes the fine cello. So there is a process, like a refining process of taking something and turning it into something else. And there's that energy up there at the top, right? That there's the alchemy of removing, meaningfully, willingly sacrificing what is no longer necessary in order to give a sharper vision to where you're headed. And then I want to see what that is, because that's kind of sticking out right now. And then we go with the color codes. I love it when it does this. 2 more cards, please. What does the universe want Aries to know? Okay. King of Pentacles. So from the Eight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, so tremendous growth, right? Mastering that energy, you know, and being able, so from word to world, talking about alchemy, so transforming ideas, transforming raw ideas into fine-tuned machines, instruments that you get to play the symphony of your life. Lots of transformation, lots of transition, lots of spinning into gold, you know, through meaningful sacrifice. That's kind of the key, you know. It's like it's the underlying piece that you can only do this if you're willing to give up this vision. You have to be able to, we have to be willing to have a new vision, to accept the downloads that are trying to come in, to reveal the truth. Because there is this story of mastery here. Can I have one more card, please, for Aries? What does the universe want us to know right now? One more card for Aries. What does the universe want us to know under this Jupiter galactic scent? Okay, wants 2 cards. Let's see what we have here. Oh, amazing. Look at that. Queen of Fire, Queen of Air, right? So we have 3 pieces of royalty here, right? So it's like, this is what's on offer. Look at all this power here. And it's this process, working towards achieving this power. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, right? Discernment, desire, manifestation, alchemy. Let me look at this one. Where's the book? Here. 40. I love this color blue too. Okay, here we go. So we bring you the empowerment of word to world. What you speak of with intention, you shall manifest. That's funny because I said watch your thoughts. Also watch your words. You are blessed with the creative power of an open and activated throat chakra. As you release subconscious fears, of speaking your truth, memories of being silenced, and claim your true divine voice, your ability to change your world through your intention is amplified. You have the power of divine creation through sound in you. Sorry, that was a weird sentence structure. Okay, so you have the power of divine creation through sound in you. What you wish to create and experience, speak of with joy. Okay, so it's not even, it's like not only watch your thoughts, but until you say what you want, you have to speak it. That's quite interesting and an interesting development, right? We can no longer just think of what we want to do. We actually, in order to start manifesting the desires, and I'm going to like kind of put this in the middle here. In order to manifest these desires, this 8 of Earth to the King of Earth energy, we have to be desires. We have to be willing to speak what it is that we want, right? Because, and this is a classic thing. They always tell you, like when you're studying esotericism, that if the gods can't give you what you want unless you ask for it. And so perhaps one of these sacrifices is that you have to speak what you want. Now, let me read that too. Let's see what's in there, because so far everything has a very clear purpose. So, we bring you the blessing of meaningful sacrifice to manifest your divine destiny. Okay, so they're all saying the same thing. There are times when want must give way to a greater need. It may feel as though you are being denied the very thing that you yearn for the most. However, when meaningful sacrifice is being asked of you, there is a far more generous and loving reality at play. What is being denied now will ultimately create the opportunity for far greater gain. Very interesting. This doesn't necessarily resolve the pain of unfulfilled desire in this moment, but it does soothe your soul with the understanding that if you feel denied, it's only so that your fulfillment can come about in a more extraordinary and generous expression in due course. Okay, so that's basically like rejection is God's protection. So if you're like, no, I have said it and I know I want it and it's still not, it's like, it's not happening. I don't see the transformation. I keep getting blocked. I can't move forward. That this is a reminder that that's actually being done on purpose, right? That what's to come is more interesting than we can imagine. And actually, I had something similar happen to me where my initial plan fell through, and as it fell through and I was kind of whining about it, actually someone better came in. So if you're kind of here, hold tight a little bit. Continue to work on this process of turning the raw material into a fine instrument. Continue to express what you need or express where you want to go. Also, because it's like through the process of talking, even like talking out loud, sometimes I'll do like a recording of myself, just kind of like data download, and listen to it later. And it's surprising how many things we actually don't listen to from our own mouths, right? So since this is telling us that our speech and our fifth chakra is very empowered right now, exercise that as much as possible, you know? So like either speaking what you want, praying nightly, journaling, and then reading out loud your journal. Be very mindful that your words and thoughts have tremendous power. Okay, that's the other thing here. Now, I want to get one more card here before we go into the advice, the individual advice. This is from the Spirit Animal Oracle. What does the universe want? Okay. Interesting. So Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. And this one has all the colors too, you know? So this is part of that Eight of Pentacles. Let's read this again. And another thing is the seahorse is an animal, fish, I don't know what amphibian, that has been around. It's like one of the oldest creatures on the planet. It's been through multiple extinctions. Okay, so hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. Hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who's not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. There you go. So it looks like my fifth chakra needs a workout. Seahorse Spirit appears at this time to remind you of the need to be neutral and gain perspective. Interesting, because she's in between sort of that two thing. So this kind of also speaks, I feel like, to people who are not getting what they want or not necessarily seeing the path yet, or what they want has not been given to them, which may be the vision. This says, your message from Seahorse Spirit is, not my circus, not my monkeys. Spirit wants you to know that even if you're tempted to jump into the fray and try and fix things, the best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. Another message here is, whatever your query, Seahorse Spirit asks you to step back from it. Be willing to explore things from different angles rather than a single one, and just observe what is possible. From the perspective of the position of the neutral observer, you will discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why. And you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. Okay, so that's interesting. So there's kind of like two groups here, I would say. There's one who is like got the vision and ready to move forward, right? And still watch your fifth chakra energy. Then we seem to have another group who is still like, I keep trying and it's not happening. Like, and what this is asking you to do is move beyond current challenges. So if there's drama around this idea, right? If you're living a situation of drama around that, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Take a step back, objectively observe, again, fifth chakra energy. Try and also potentially identify like the pros and the cons, weigh it out. That's that Mars in Libra. So some may still be wrapping up that Mars in Libra energy. The pros and the cons of the situation, and kind of look at the alchemy of everything, So instead of accepting, I have a potato, all I can make is mashed potatoes, kind of think like a chef, right? What else could I do with this potato, right? Could I use it as a dessert? How would I turn it into a breakfast? So instead of accepting sort of the binary aspects that may be in front of you, to explore the multifaceted aspect of your current black-white situation. Okay? Because it's not black-white. There's lots of colors if you are willing to not see it so binary. And through the options. And once you start getting those options going, and these are both like rainbow cards. It's like, instead of seeing the dark and the light, how can we identify the rainbow of options? Okay, so I'm going to use now, here's how I'm going to do these cards. They were designed to be, they're based on the collective unconscious, which is, Jung's theory that there are images that are more or less the same all over. Now, there's also scientific evidence. I'm going to move these down so we have some room at the beginning. There is scientific evidence that your eyes are drawn to things that are most salient to you. Buying a blue car, suddenly you will see nothing but blue cars on the road. And that's because, it's not because there are more, it's because that's where your attention is pulled. So our subconscious works in a fraction of a second, 13 milliseconds. So wherever your attention is drawn to first, that's the message for you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on pause for a second. I'm going to lay out 3 cards. I'll pull 3 cards from this. The one that your eye is immediately drawn to when I turn the camera back on is your card. Okay? So putting on pause. Okay, so here's the 3 cards. We have the vine, the labyrinth, and the hands. Now, sorry, I had to change the whole setup. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and these are very light cards. They're meant, I guess, they're hard to use on camera. So good lesson. Probably should have prepared beforehand. But let me read them to you in order. So if you've picked the vine, the message is, keywords are growth, abundance, multiplying, joyous time, expansion, bounty, harvest, and lineage. This is frequently a symbol that has only positive connotations, a time of growth, of abundance, of fruits of labor coming to the physical. Somewhere in your life, something is well planted and beginning to come to fruition. Enjoy this period and remember that it is all a question of timing as to when the fruit is ripe to pick. Okay, so that's, I'm going to try and put these down here. No, it's not going to work. Let's leave them there. Sorry about this learning process live. So here is the labyrinth. If this is the card that you picked, keywords are confusion, trapped, lost, challenges, trial and error, and frustrations. Looking at the labyrinth can cause feelings of anxiety because the path is neither clear nor obvious. It invites the sensation of challenge, difficulty, perhaps even no escape. Yet there is always a way out if you are able to view it from a higher perspective. Oh, interesting. So I shuffled the cards and just asked for 3 cards to fall out. So I didn't pick these on purpose. I just had to turn it off so that I could then organize it. But these came out naturally. So this card invites you to step out of the current limitations and change how you see things. It's only through understanding and evaluation of all the options that we find the way out. Careful analytical examination is required to avoid a continuous going in circles. If you're stuck in analysis paralysis, which is the inability to move due to overextended analysis, then your advice is to start moving. Move with purpose, however. Leave signals where you've crossed this path before. Actively eliminate options and the path will begin to reveal itself. Okay, then we have the hands. So if this was your card, the keywords are receiving, offering, open, generous, depleted. These can go either way. So the center of our hands are an energetic force for us. In many historical artworks, we commonly see the open hand as a sign of an offering of benevolence and peace. Open hands can also mean the opposite, receiving the offering. What they both have in common is openness. If there is somewhere in your life where you feel blocked, try visualizing yourself with open hands, ready to both give and receive. If, however, you are feeling taken advantage of, try to imagine your hands closed, as if in thanks. This helps set your boundary in a way that is not aggressive. There is a time for being open, and there is also a time to respect limits. Understanding the difference is the true gift. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry about the confusion there towards the end. Now we know. But like I said, lovely energy here from this, from these divine downloads. These 3 cards kind of sum up the 3 that we saw, are the 2 stories that we saw going on here. And I wish you the very best. I will see you next time. Bye.